The Lunchbox, a story about a mother's love hidden in plain sight. He had been embarrassed by his mother's lunchbox his entire school life. Then one day he opened it and found, folded beneath the rice, a note that changed everything he thought he understood about love. Rayan Hussain was 13 years old and absolutely certain that his mother was ruining his life. Not in any dramatic way. She did not shout or embarrass him publicly or say the wrong thing at parents' evening, though she did sometimes call him Mera Beta in front of his friends, which he considered catastrophic. The ruination was quieter than that. It arrived every morning in a steel Tiffin box, packed with the food she had been making since before he could form the memory of it. Rice and dal, sometimes a roti folded over sabzi, occasionally a small container of kheer for a Thursday treat. Everyone else had sandwiches, meal deals, crisps in foil bags that made the right kind of noise when you open them. Rayan had a tiffin that smelled of cumin and cardamom and everything that marked him as different in the way that 13-year-olds most fear being different. He started hiding it, eating alone in the corner of the canteen, or sometimes not eating at all, and saying he'd had a big breakfast. He carried the uneaten lunchbox home every evening, and his mother would see it full and say nothing, only press her lips together and turn back to the kitchen. She never asked why he wasn't eating. He never told her. Between them grew the specific silence of two people protecting each other from the same truth. On a Tuesday in November, the day of his maths exam, the day his best friend Bilal chose to eat with the older boys, the day everything felt precisely wrong, Rayan sat alone at the far end of the canteen and opened the tiffin out of something that was not quite hunger, but was adjacent to it. The rice was warm. She must have packed it that morning at 6, before he was even awake, insulating it in the old tea towel she had used for this purpose since his first day of secondary school. He lifted the container. Beneath it, folded into a small square on a piece of notepaper, was a note. His mother's handwriting, careful, slightly formal, the handwriting of someone who learned English as a second language and treats each word with the respect of a thing that cost effort. Rayan Mera Beta. I know school is hard. I know you are trying to find your place. I put extra cardamom today because I remember you liked it when you were small, before you decided you didn't. I will not embarrass you. I just want you to know that somewhere today while you were sitting with your friends, I am thinking of you. Eat something, my heart. Ammi. He read it twice. Then he ate the rice. All of it. The cardamom was exactly how he remembered. He did not go back to eating the lunchbox openly that same day. He was 13, not transformed overnight. But something shifted in the architecture of his shame. He started opening the tiffin sooner. He stopped moving to the corner. Bilal came back from the older boys' table after a week and said, "Is that rice?" "That smells amazing." Rayan said, "My mom makes it." Bilal said, "My mom never makes anything." There was something in the way he said it that Rayan filed quietly away. He never mentioned the note to his mother. He kept it folded in his school bag for the rest of the year. He checked it was still there sometimes, the way you check something that has become important without ceremony. Years later, he is 26 now, living in his own flat, making his own food. He still keeps that note. It is in a small wooden box on his shelf beside his university degree. When people ask what the paper is, he says, "It's for my mother." And then he usually changes the subject because some things are too precise to explain quickly. His mother does not know he kept it. She wrote it on a Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. on the back of a gas bill envelope and never thought of it again. That is, perhaps, the most remarkable thing about it. A mother's love is rarely announced. It arrives in tiffin boxes packed at 6 in the morning, in extra cardamom for a child who forgot they liked it, in the pressing of lips that says, "I see you more clearly than you think." The people who love you most are often the ones doing the quietest things. Look for the note beneath the rice. You will understand your mother's love fully only when you are old enough to understand what it cost her to love you quietly, without asking for anything back. That is when you will wish you had eaten the rice sooner.